Hey, it's Drybear. We're back with some more First Descendant news as we get closer and closer to the launch of Season 2, now just 6 days away next week. First, we have the Ultimate Sharen teaser, or the thirst trap for Ultimate Sharen and her skin. I have stitched it together because it's made to be a short format, but I've put it in triple just to mesmerize you even more. So this is the Ultimate Sharen, the way she looks, as well as the Ultimate Sharen skin that will come along with it. And I actually really like this. It's very cyberpunk. It's very, like, techie and kind of like punk style. I think it fits Sharen's and her style very well. The only thing I don't like is that they kept like her line makeup under her mask, but you can change makeup on the character anyway. So I think overall this looks really, really cool. So let me know what you think about Ultimate Sharen and the Ultimate Sharen skin if you're going to be getting the bundle. Remember, with this patch for Season 2, they are making it so that like bundled items will be sold individually for separate price. This includes the back attachment, the teleport VFX, as well as any of the additional items. Like, I mean, obviously catalysts and energy activators are sold separately, but the skin items as well. And of course, you can still get the individual character if you don't want to farm them up for yourself. But I think overall, one of my favorite ultimate skins so far. It's very modern, very techie, very cyberware, and very cyberpunk 2077 looking. And I think it fits Sharen really, really well. The next piece of news is that there will be a reduction in news over the next week. This is one of the reasons why I haven't done a TFT update video in the last few days, but they have officially mentioned that they are not going to be doing Q&As. This happened a couple days ago before the holiday happened, but they're not going to be doing Q&As. They're not going to be doing any feedbacks. They're not doing any focus groups. They are just focused entirely on getting the Season 2 patch out, making sure it's stable, and making sure everything works for that. So right now they have disabled their dev Q&A. The two producers are not going on and talking to people on the game, and they're not kind of trying to answering questions. So we've got all of our answers so far. They've done a great job of responding every single day after their work day, finishing their progress at the studio, and then coming down and answering questions for people while they're hanging out with their families, trying to answer, like, you know, concerns and questions and thoughts that people have about the First Descendant. So we're on our way now to getting Season 2 on the 5th. This is going to be the release of Keelan, the new Descendant, Ultimate Sharen with the skin you just saw, the new Void Vessel mechanics, the new tower will be a little bit later, but we will get the new Colossus challenge mode for fighting the Colossus in a very heightened state that will have its own skins, a new suite of cosmetics coming in for at least half the roster of characters, all going to be added into the store, the ultimate skins from previous bundles coming back as individual items for the core characters that had ultimate versions at the time, weapon buffs for some very underutilized weapons, as well as 2 new weapons, a new shotgun that has 2 different firing modes on top of it, as well as the new beam rifle, which is basically a portable bunny ultimate where you can shoot a beam. It's even named after her, has the same name as Bunny's true last name from that standpoint as well. We're going to be getting the new like actual companions, the new dogs called fellows that will come into the game. They will be picking up items for you. They will allow for auto dismantling on reactors, weapons, and external components, so you can automatically dismantle. That will be toggleable as well. It's going to make life so much easier to be able to have items be picked up automatically, and we'll see how good it actually is, how far they go, and how fast they are, and if they're able to keep up. But really just the fact that they auto loot, we're getting auto loot and auto dismantle in the same update, which is huge for any farming experience in the game. Additionally, we're getting 2 new ultimate level Transcendent modules for Sharen. One that is area suppression, enhances Sharen's AoE abilities. They mentioned in their preview stream that this will make her her sword attack be 360 degrees, which means she essentially can do like a jumping jacks build or a bunny build or a Freyna build and just send massive shockwaves of lightning going out in all directions. And then the other one is ambush. This will increase the effectiveness of stealth. They also mentioned on their update stream that this will reset stealth when you get a kill. So if you're in stealth and you get a kill, it will re-stealth automatically, plus a whole bunch of other benefits to stealth in general. So if you wanted to play the stealth assassin, Sharen will be able to do that, hopefully with the Transcendent mod she's getting. And needless to say, a lot of First Descendant fans are just in waiting right now, just in a holding pattern, waiting for the new patch to come out. Something did get discussed since we did get the descriptions and icons for the Keelan skills. Someone noticed that one of the Keelan skills looks dangerously dangerously close to one of the Reaper skills from Overwatch. Now, there's a couple reasons why this might happen, and it's kind of, it does happen quite a lot. So first, this is Septic Gust from Keelan. It's his AoE ability that deals damage and inflicts his debuff to all targets in range. This is the ultimate ability icon for Reaper in Overwatch called Death Blossom. This is the two of them side by side, and then this is them stacked on top of each other. So you can see some of the shapes and everything are very, very close together. Now, what happens all the time, having been in game development, not only having helped drive teams as well as like art teams and things like that, and also done outsourcing where you go to outsourcing companies like third-party companies that do like icon art, splash art, rendering, things like that. What can happen is when you use these third-party services, since they are doing art for multiple games, oftentimes they will reuse their own art. They're not supposed to, but sometimes they do, and you get slammed for it. And I've worked on games, several of the games I've released, there has been several incidents where a third-party outsourcing company ended up reusing art they worked on for a different game, and then you get slammed for having copied another game. This happens quite a lot, and then you end up having to just replace the art, that sort of thing. You could argue that they are different enough, but when you stack the two together, it does kind of seem like they match up a little bit. Let me know what you think about this, if this is a bit of a stretch or just a little bit too much on the nose for you. There's a lot of games out there. There's a lot of things about AoEs and little wiggles and squiggles and everything like that. So at a certain point, these are meant to line up, but could this be a situation where either an outsourcing or in-house artist ended up, using a reference that was a little too close to the reference or so on. Also a reminder that there is a brand new ETA 0 vendor in game as well. And we are also still in the second week of the bonus anniversary login event. So make sure before December 4th, you claim both gifts, your giveaway gift and your special weekend gift. Get your free crystallization catalyst and your weapon ticket materials to spend in the shop. You can find this in game by clicking it. Many people have mentioned that they either didn't get this or they had to relog on the time zones and time windows as well. This will differ by region, differ by time zone and where you are in the world, but just make sure you're staying on top of this and claiming this. If you are having issues, a couple of people mentioned that they have not been able to get their loot. Just again, make sure you log off completely, reset Steam or reset your console, log back in, and hopefully that does register as a fresh login, because it does need to be a fresh login to count for the reward collection on these two packages. But there is a good amount of loot in here that will stay in your inbox for 90 days. So you can save these Descendant EXP bonuses, weapon proficiency, gold, and Kuiper for day one of season 2 by just holding on to these as well. And today, this week, you do get a new anniversary special gift. And of course, when you're coming down to the weapon materials, getting these are going to be pretty straightforward. Again, if you don't know what to get, I would recommend getting either one of the harder weapons to obtain, like Secret Garden, like Enduring Legacy, or even things like Perforator can be pretty tough to get in some cases for that case, or you can just go for the ones that are more annoying to get but not difficult, like Fallen Hope or like Thunder Cage, which come from normal mission drops, and doing normal isn't super valuable in many cases, so doing those can be really straightforward. But honestly, for me, I cannot wait to get my hands on season 2. Sharon's one of my favorite characters, so getting Ultimate Sharen is going to be really nice. We will not be getting the normal to ultimate progress transfer. That'll be happening in the first half of 2025, so likely probably the end of Q1, Q2, so maybe like March, April timeframe for that happening. So we'll probably end up getting through season 2 and maybe even into the middle of season 3 before we start getting that, unless they make some major strides. So there's going to be a lot going on for there, but it's nice to have Ultimate Sharen. I really hope the next Ultimate character is a male. I think the game would benefit most from having Ultimate Enzo. I think Enzo probably is one of the best like synergy / support characters. Anytime there's an Enzo in my group, I'm always happy about it. I like having the extra ammo, the crit buff, any bonuses that he brings. Enzo, I think, just makes groups better. So I think if they were going to do a male ultimate, the one that would probably benefit the group matchmaking the most would probably be Enzo or Eugen from that standpoint, but I think any male ultimate would be fine. You could do Kyle, you could do really any ultimate character. Blair is probably the most likely based on who's available in the story and through the core, so it's probably going to be Blair, but I think it would probably probably be better suited to be Enzo or Eugen, just given the state of the game, where we are in the game right now, and what would be good for matchmaking going forward. And also another reminder for people that are holding off for Season 2 is they are going to be implementing the change at the start of Season 2 that makes it so reactors are going to be weapon type instead of specific weapon. There are builds that I'm working on right now that I'm just waiting for Season 2 in order to actually start farming the reactors for it. And I'm pretty certain that it's not going to be retroactive. They're not going to go back to old reactors and update them. It'll just be new reactor drops that have that. So you'll be able to have a reactor that will be, if you have an assault rifle equipped, if you have a handgun equipped, or if you have a sniper rifle equipped, you'll get that bonus. That's going to make things way easier for activating the passive bonus. Plus, we're going to have new levels of the reactors as well. So I think, you know, holding off until next week to be able to farm the right reactors for the builds and get everything set up. And you'll probably have to go back to your other fixed builds and get new reactors, but hopefully it's going to be a lot easier to get those with just focusing on getting the right stats to drop rather than just worrying about the activation, because the activation requirement is going to be pretty straightforward to get, almost trivial to get. Now you just need to get good stats on the reactor, and then you can implant a weapon type on it, and you're good to go. You're all set. The build is complete. And we also know that a Jaber rework is coming along. There's also a Luna rework that's being looked at, and some of the characters that are weaker, like Viessa and a few others, are being looked at to have some balance increases for Season 2. Let me know which characters and which weapons you think need to be adjusted first down below in the comments. If you found value in today's video, leave a like down below, leave a comment for the algorithm to help this video get seen by more people. And don't forget to check out my other channels for other content and other stuff and other things.